being the last will and testament of your mother?
Yes, I do.
And I'm going to go back to the signature page. Uh-oh. And ask you if you recognize that as being her signature on that document.
Yes, I do.
And to your knowledge, after the date she made this will, which purports to have been on August 2nd of 2018, did she ever change it or revoke it?
To my knowledge, she did not.
Okay. And Mr. Peacock would have provided you with a document entitled "A Proof of Death and Other Facts." Have you reviewed that document?
Yes.
And is everything in there true and correct and within your personal knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. Go right ahead, Mr. Peacock, with Lance.
Lance, have you reviewed this amended application for probate and issuance of letters testamentary?
Yes.
And is all the facts that are stated therein true and correct?
Yes.
And is this a copy, attached to the application of the last will and testament of your mother, Lana Desautels?
Yes.
And do you recognize on page 20 the signature under paragraph 8.9?
Yes.
Is that the signature of your mother?
Yes.
Do you know if your mother ever revoked or wrote another will after she wrote this will?
Not to my knowledge.
Have you had an opportunity to read this proof of death and other facts that I prepared for your signature?
Yes.
Are all the facts stated therein true and correct?
Yes.
Particularly paragraph 11 with regard to the fact that your mother was named, your father was named as your mother's first executor, but since he is now deceased, that you and your brother Ray are the successor executors named in her will?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, would you sign this, please?
Yes.
Okay, so Ray, you're going to appear before a notary public and sign your proof of death and other facts and your oath. And then you'll return those to Mr. Peacock, and he will e-file them with the county clerk. Once he e-files those, I'll sign the order admitting your mother's will to probate and authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary that will give you and Lance the opportunity to deal on behalf of the estate, to marshal its assets and distribute them in accordance with the terms of the will. So I'm going to give Mr. Peacock this instruction sheet, which he's going to send to you. And it explains your duties and responsibilities, and you've probably seen one before. I'm giving Lance one. And what's the temperature in Minnesota?
I'm actually in Galveston right now.
Oh, well,
Yeah, we we decided to take a little vacation, so I'm actually sitting in Galveston right now in a hotel room. But
well, you're doing it backwards. You're supposed to come to Galveston when it's snowing in Minnesota and go to Minnesota when it's cool. Lance, you look like you lost some weight.
I have.
I
I
mean,
have. Yes, sir.
yeah, must be going to the gym.
Yep. Yep. Just came from the gym.
Well, he will get you your letter testamentary once we get Ray's back. And I'll sign the order just as quick as I get them.
All right.
And I know he'll do a good job of guiding you through the process. So I hope everything goes well.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a good 4th
Good
of
to see you.
July.
Yes, sir.
Judge, good to
Great
see you as always.
you.
All right, Ray.
all right. Thank you.
Take care. Stay in the air conditioning.
Thank you.
Bring your pocket knife to cut the air.
Yeah. You can sign off if you want to.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Hmm? Did you have a
I don't, I was waiting to speak to.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
just came here.
I thought, I didn't remember having a contested docket this morning.
Okay.
Come on up. Oh, man. Good
morning.
morning. Can you enable your video, please, sir?
Yes, sir. Thought I had it on, but
I don't know if you have it.
How's
There you go.
You can adjust it so you can see.
Okay, so Mr. Stevens, this would be your mother who is the subject of this case this morning, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And who is Sandra McPain, who you appointed as your local representative?
She is my sister-in-law.
Okay. And if I can get you to raise your right hand. Can you bring your camera down a little bit so I can see?
Yes,
Please.
sir. Can you see me now?
Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth so help you God?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna hold up what's supposed to be the last will and testament of Gretchen Stevens. Do you recognize that as being such?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the signature page and ask you, do you recognize that as being her signature on that document?
I do.
And to your knowledge, after the date she made this will, which appears to have been on February 21st of 2018, did she ever change it or revoke it?
No, sir, she didn't.
And looks like you're an only child.
Yeah, I am.
But so your sister-in-law must be your wife's sister.
It is.
I'm just plain nosy on it. Okay, what's the temperature in Montrose, Colorado this morning?
It's a balmy 59 degrees this morning.
Well, just know that all of us here hate you.
I believe you. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I was born and raised there. Believe me, I know what it is.
Yeah, I used to go to Telluride a lot, so we went through Montrose a lot. And
Well, I was a deputy marshal in Telluride for 32 years.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Well, one of my law partners had a house up there, and so I used to go elk hunting across the Ilium Valley up there, where that old dairy farm was up in the mountains.
Yes, sir.
And,
It's all houses now.
I heard that. Okay. It was directly across the valley from Mountain Village,
Yes, sir.
and
Know it well. I
There
lived in a ranch up there at the backside of it for 11 years. I rented a house up there and lived on the ranch, and get up in the morning, you had elk in the front yard looking in your window. So,
yeah, I shot my first elk up there probably 25 years ago.
okay.
Uh,
Beautiful place, man.
It is. There's some great hiking trails there, although I heard some of the roads had been cordoned off and that some of the trails were inaccessible now from that side.
Not too much of it. I used to hike up behind there all the way up on the mountain range there and start at the water plant and go all the way over to Last Dollar Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's all pretty active still.
All right. Well, go right ahead,
Okay,
Mr. Sample. I'm sorry.
Here.
Getting off on
let me talk to you about the proof of death and other facts. You've received that by mail and had a chance to look at it?
Yes, sir.
And are all of the statements contained in the proof of death and other facts true and correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're asking the judge to appoint you as the independent executor of your mother's estate?
Yes, sir.
I believe that's it, Judge.
All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that proof of death and other facts and your oath, and you're going to go to a notary public there in Montrose, and sign those, just as your name is typed on there, Harry J. Stevens Jr. And, well, how's it appear in the will? Yeah, Harry J. Stevens Jr. And, get those notarized, return those to Mr. Sample. He'll e-file those with the county clerk. When he does that, I'll sign the order admitting your mother's will to probate and authorizing the clerk to issue letters testamentary that will authorize you to marshal the assets of the estate so that you can transfer title and do everything you need to do. This is a guide that I'm going to give to Mr. Sample for him to provide to you. It explains what your duties and responsibilities are as representative of the estate. Make sure you cooperate with him in doing an inventory. The estate's code requires one to be filed within 90 days, but I know he'll do a good job of guiding you through it.
All right, sir.
So I hope everything goes well. If y'all need anything, just let me know.
Thank
I
you,
hope
Judge.
y'all have a great 4th of July. Telluride always had a great 4th of July parade. They still have it?
They still have it. I worked 32 of them. So,
They had a big, you know, we were there in 96 for the 4th of July parade, my wife and daughter and I. And we were standing on the main street right there, kind of even with where Christy Brinkley's house was.
oh, Aspen, yeah.
And I laughed through that whole parade. There were some really funny people in that thing. Then we went down to the barbecue at the city park.
Yeah, you know what? It got so big around there that we had nearly 20,000 people show up for 4th of July one year.
Yeah, I wouldn't have enjoyed that.
No, no, and we had to scale it back because it just got too much for the town. I mean,
Yeah. I
you
remember
only get so many
standing in
porta
line for
potties.
my barbecue at the park that
Firemen.
the Carradine brothers were all
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I thought, well, I'm fixing to see some kung fu or something here.
They're pretty good guys.
All right, well, I hope you have a great 4th of July. And Mr. Sample will take care of you, but I'll get that order signed as soon as you get that proof and that oath back to him, okay?
All right, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, have a great one.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.